Hello, this is Harold H.B. Bell with the Spectrum. Autism Parent Care is just taking the initiative to make sure that we give you as much information as possible to digest and understand autism just a little bit better today. And with me each and every episode, Dr. Jane Yip, a neuroscientist, is going to come in and give us some information. And today we want to really talk about the parent-child dynamics and how it affects families and the parents and working on the autism spectrum disorder. Jane, the types of parent-child dynamics, healthy or unhealthy, we've got so many different ways that we can determine and find out once we come to the grips that our child might be on the spectrum. One of the first things that parents are dealing with, number one, is going to be denial. Explain denial, if you could, for those parents who might be dealing with it and not understand it.
Denial, it's hard to hear that something is wrong with your child. It really, because you are not prepared for it. You have a kid, nobody prepared for you, prepare you to think about anything can go wrong. In your mind, you have this ideal picture. This kid, one day I would attend football games, proms, might walk this kid down the aisle, attend graduation. When you have a baby, those things tend to flash past your mind. Now when your kid is not talking or is struggling majorly with behavior, then one of the things that happen is a blow to that image that you have. And the first knee-jerk response is, this is not happening to me, this is not happening to my kid. And then you use rationalization like, well, he's a boy, he's just going to grow up.
He's lazy.
He's lazy. Or that, the teacher is just have too high a standard, doesn't understand this kid. This kid does things uniquely. Or you know what? Dad didn't talk until he was 4 years old, and look, Dad is now a lawyer or something like that.
So they're trying to rationale their denial.
They try to rationalize denial. That's what denial looks like.
Now, the other thing that we talk about is defensiveness. After you realize, wow, I have a child that's different and it's going to take some special care, then the defensiveness comes up. Talk about how people get defensive against the reality of understanding that their child is special needs now.
Okay, defensiveness is like, don't judge me. Or if somebody, let's say a teacher, points out that the kid is hyperactive, not concentrating, and the parent may not verbalize it, but the parent might feel attacked. Because they feel attacked, the interchange between parent and teacher may not be very smooth. And in fact, we have parents who sue teachers all the time, complain that the teachers have not done everything that they could, or the teacher, now they're not verbalizing it, but they are frustrated that the teacher or whoever it is who works with their child is not fixing them at the rate that they want to. Those are defensiveness.
And with defensiveness also comes that room and that area where people are always trying to make a reason, or the term we use, compensate for the reason why they're defensive in some of their behaviors now that they've taken from their defensiveness. Talk about how we compensate that.
Compensate, for example, the kid is aggressive to a classmate. What they do to compensate is insist that the kid is not with the classmate. So compensation means not even getting into that situation, avoiding it. That's compensation. Another way of compensating is avoiding anything that's unpleasant. So to basically make the life so comfortable for the kid that the kid is never in lack. So if you have been provided with everything, if your every whim is being answered to, you don't ever have to come into conflict. You see? So life is smooth. That's compensation. To smoothen out life. So not ruffle that person.
Instead of trying to grow and build the character and some of the skills that this person might have, which is rough and tough. That's the grind. That's the hard work that we're talking about. To wind this segment up, the best thing that I guess we could do is let people know about that good old-fashioned survivor mode, because all of us have at some time in your life, if you've been up against the wall, survivor mode kicks in, and it's no different when we're talking about the child-parent relationship as it tends to be with autism, because parents are in survivor mode. They don't know what to do. They've never been here. And so you're panicking, you're scared. What can people do? Talk about the survivor mode.
Survival mode means let me get through another day.
Another hour.
Another hour, another minute, just whatever it is, I'll get through one more of this until I hit the sack. That's survival mode. And everybody do our best not to rock the boat, not to make this kid cry, not to make this kid scream. So, and you can have survival mode as a game being played by the whole family. I have seen that. Brothers, sisters, uncle, aunts, mothers, fathers, right? All work together to make sure that the life of that kid who is actually struggling, right? Struggling with basic things, going to the bathroom, and they could be still in diapers at 13 years old. Because it's not because they are unable to, it's because they don't want to and they're allowed to. This is
you're being compensated.
That's a compensated,
there
that's
you go.
it. And also a lot of children, they are smarter than you think. They may not like to talk, but when placed in that position, they will. And we have seen students, you have seen students who were doing really well in school,
Yes.
but somehow or other made a 180 and is a completely different person at home. All these things are compensation and living in survival mode, right?
Yes.
It's not good living in survival mode.
And it's not. And as we wind this segment up, if you could summarize the parent-child dynamic and what parents should take away from understanding everybody who has had a child on the spectrum or a special needs child has dealt with these 4 different issues at one time or another. What would you say to give some hope and lend some energy to those parents?
You don't have to live like that. You can live a better life. And we're going to talk about that.
Absolutely. And you're watching the Spectrum Autism Parent Care each and every week, bringing you topical information that can help you and your family deal with autism spectrum disorder. We'll be back and we're going to be talking about the parent-parent dynamic on the autism spectrum.